Hello, 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 and welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. So where were we? Oh, right, wizard fails. I have failed a couple wizards, failed another wizard, and 5 failed wizards. This last one being the most offensive because it was going so well, and I could have survived it if I had recognized the danger I was in, but I'm used to ugly things being significantly more vulnerable and not dealing 35 damage in a single hit, plus additional damage. I want to say that was over 40, I think, in the end, damage he dealt me. Uh, I'd like to continue trying to get a wizard to go. I feel like what's going to end up happening is I'm going to hit a certain break point and my skill's going to be good enough and we'll go from there. So let's do that. Let's run another wizard. And Nukumura. That's the other thing, now that I think about it. I don't think I've seen a single spellbook in all my failed wizard attempts. Maybe I've seen a single spellbook. Definitely want to open with blaster power and then transition to... Holy crap, that is a kraken. Is it a friendly kraken? That is such a cool way to open the game that I completely didn't notice the ooze coming up to kill me. The kraken win? Holy shit, the kraken won. And is it neutral or... It doesn't say. Indifferent. So it just attacks randomly, rather than specifically seeking me out. Because that's a troll hide, which could be turned to troll leather if this is a diggable. No, it's a stone wall. Okay, so that's literally just a look-in place. Control teleport might let me get in, but it's almost certainly not worth control teleporting. And by the time I come there, the troll corpse will be desiccated. So we're all good here. Alright, level 2. Easy blink memorization. You know, now that I think about it, I'm using blink less and less. Mostly because blink is a gamble. Say you're in melee range of an enemy, there's at least 8 squares, well, there's up to 8 squares around it, which if you teleport into, you're no better off, you're actually worse off. Even with, thanks to it being a pure translocation spell, it tends to be the least castable of my available abilities. So yeah, there's a couple of reasons not to use it. Garrett, we'll take the poison needles with us. I fully expect to come across a blowgun sooner or later. Ooh, Dagger of Electrocution. Fantastic opening weapon. Well, a decent opening weapon. Electrocution is rarely resisted, especially early on in the game, so it generally will proc for a solid bit of bonus damage on hit. Let's actually triple dip properly this time. The floor's layout seems a little open. It'll be good to know where's where and what's what before I have to face it. Alright. Everything's on the spell letters I'm used to. You know, for those of you who've watched my channel for a while, but not like since the beginning, so you don't know my button layout, I try to arrange everything so that my right hand can do the vast majority of the work without having to leave the numpad. I have the directional keys on the numpad, that goes without saying, up, down, left, right, and diagonals. I don't use the Dvorak keys. Then there's a few buttons available to me around the numpad itself. The slash above it, the star key above it, and the plus sign to the right of it, and the minus sign to the diagonal corner. And I hotkey these to the most frequent actions. So plus is used for auto explore, capital O. Slash is used for ZA period, which means target the first enemy within range with damn it, it's cursed. Target the first enemy within range with whatever spell you have in the A slot and fire at it. Which generally is a very useful thing to do. It's kind of like my auto attack when I'm playing a caster. The minus sign is what I'm particularly happy with. It's capital G with a greater than sign, which means turn on the auto travel menu, and then the greater than sign is the key you use when you're in map view mode and you're looking to see how to go to the next floor. So logically, it does exactly what it logically should. It takes you to the next floor, which is via the nearest staircase. So put all that together, I don't actually have to do very much navigation at all. My left hand tends to stay on WSAD. We're gonna put a fire here just to lock them in. Anybody wants to do anything, they're gonna have to walk through the fire to do it. Okay. Tends to stay on WSAD so that I can hit all of the typical letters and keys without having to move. There's a surprisingly small number of things you need to do further to the right. Praying is one of them. I used to have that hotkey to the number 0 beneath the numpad, but I haven't rebound that key ever since start switching over to 0.16, and I've barely noticed the difference. So maybe I haven't been doing it as often. Oh yes, and of course tabbing to tab fight is available with a left hand on the WSAD. Or I guess the WSAD is the wrong thing, the left side of the keyboard. Okay. That was way harder than I wanted it to be, but this is the problem with my dagger being cursed off and forced to use a whip. I can't land decent melee damage to supplement my mage damage. I do have more scrolls now, we can try them. Let's forget nothing. Remove curse, excellent. We do not want to carry around a cursed whip. We finally found a spellbook, and unfortunately it's a high-level spellbook. Although, if it's the Book of Annihilations, I'm pretty sure that will have at least Orb of Destruction in it, which is a very useful spell. Since it's a level 7 pure conjuration spell, and I'm obviously very much focusing conjurations. Given the way I've been approaching playing the Deep Elf Wizard, a Tengu would probably be better off with the high bonuses to conjurations. And I am very explicitly playing this not as an Omni Wizard, which is how a Deep Elf ought to be played, where you use the utility of whatever you find, but as a Blaster Caster. I'm going to self-Mephitic here because I want the snake confused, and I don't care if the bat gets me. Just keep your distance, pound it away. Good. We can kill it. Yep. Don't need to confuse it, we can just kill it. Okay, this is a really bad situation. Grinder is going to be guarding the door when I come back out. Only one altar worth considering here, so I'll take it. Wait, did I just worship Lol by mistake? No, that's Vehemet. Okay, good. I just misread how that... I have teleport, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave here, and then I'm going to In fact, I'm going to re-teleport, and then I'm going to leave here. So immediately escape Grinder. And then we're just going to go downstairs. Oh, fuck. We haven't found it downstairs yet? Okay, this could be interesting. I had enough teleport scrolls that I didn't want to play around with. Maybe I can get by Grinder without needing one. The possibility of instantly dying because he snares or paralyzes you in place and then blasts the crap out of you is too high. Alright, let's see what we got here. Maledictions. Ooh, Dazzling Spray. No, wait, that's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Searing Ray, not Dazzling Spray. Manual of Ice Magic, so if I do go Ice, I've got a really good choice here. Freezing Cloud available in Papyrus of Air means that I could go Ice very reliably if I needed to. Almanac of the Bear? Jesus. Nothing of note. Nothing I care about. Oh, what is that, though? I've never even seen that one. Gels Gravitas? Wait, I think I have used Gels Gravitas before, and I was very underwhelmed. Okay, we've secured the Book of Annihilations. Glaciate has replaced Ice Storm? Controls the mighty blast of ice. Targets within its cone-shaped area of protected with some more ice in the close area of the caster. Hit by the blast are encased in ice, slowing them from return targets. Killed by the blast may be frozen to solid blocks of ice. I don't know how I feel about that. I was always just, there's Ice Storm and Firestorm. And now I wonder, have they changed it? Well, all the more reason to experiment. If I get to the point that I can cast Glaciate, I will consider this run a successful break in my Fail Wizards line. Because win or lose, it will mean I've actually I secured a good wizard, just didn't win with him. So we're going to not have any bias against running ice, simply because the end game is problematic. What's the over-under on evoking invisibility with 0 training? It's pretty high fail, actually. High enough that I'm never going to attempt it. Well, don't say never. You might be in a situation where it's your only way out. Well, no, I have a potion of invisibility. I would just go invisible before I would attempt invisible. I'm gonna make good on the advice I was given in the comments and actually just randomly identify potions for the best odds of having a survival chance at some point in the future. This is the floor with a grinder on it, right? Yeah, this is the floor with a grinder on it. I forgot that. Let's leave the floor right now. Is there a way out? There's a way out. Let's just get out. Oh boy. We need to confuse the snake. Otherwise, we need to leave. Okay. We need to set up an unpassable barricade, or at least an untenable to pass barricade. We need to keep them dancing. I'm very low on mana, so I need to actually melee now. Got 1. Got 2. Got you. Okay, I'm unconfused, but I have no mana. Okay, I got the last kill I needed. Now I'm in good shape. If he attacks me, I can deal with him. There we go. He took a long time to get unconfused. And I will stab him to death and finish the job. Excellent. Yeah, no, we got these guys. Nom noms, heal ups, firewalk. Excellent. Kill the goblin. Edmund can come after me, that's fine. I want him in a 1-tile wide hallway. This would be a great time to Searing Ray. Now that I understand that spell a little bit better, I see opportunities for its use all over the place. Ducked out of my sight. That's fine, he's very weak now. Yep. He's still swift somehow. Wow, that hurt. We'll just kill you, because you're apparently able to hurt me. We'll stab this guy with explosive electricity until he's dead. Burn. No, don't burn yourself. What are you, high? Trapdoor! Alright, good, good, good. Bad, bad, bad. Confuse and back away. We're just gonna go upstairs here, honestly. I don't want to take the chance on that centaur getting a few more lucky shots. Okay. Centaur did not approach my position. I could approach his position. I only took 1 hit. There we go. That worked. Stabbed him to death while he was confused. I inflict that death on so many creatures, yet when I experience it once, I almost rage. It's a very painful way to die. Dancing confusion with no means of rectifying it. Knowing that you could easily kill the pipsqueak who did it to you if only you could smash him in the face a few times. You know what the Conjurator kit lacks that I like? Zone control. Between Conjure Flame and Mephitic Cloud, the Wizard kit has so much zone control. But, as well it should. I mean, at least in the D&Ds I've played, your Wizard is the controller, whose job is to handle large groups of minions. Oh, Yorodil Mul is glad that I killed the human. The sacrificial human. That's a pretty nifty little mini bolt. Come on, you're gonna get electrocuted. See, if I had died there, I'd have been very upset. 36 life is a lot for an iguana to bite through in one hit. And standing my ground increased the odds of him getting confused and just failing to hit me. I can take on Sigmund at this point. Not with a Phantom backing him up, I can't. Let's pull back. There's no need to take a fight that far away from the stairs. There's the Phantom backing him up. There's the Phantom entering fire voluntarily. And there's the Phantom dying. Heal up. Back to Sigmund. That one step was somewhat risky, but not very low odds that I actually suffer for that decision. Oh wow, you're attempting a firewalk? Not smart, boy. Not smart. Alright, Sigmund's dead, and he's the one I really wanted down. Now that he's down, I can pick off these other ones. Flame Tongue! One of my favorite early game buffed, greater than magic dart spells. It is a pure fire spell, if I recall correctly, yes? No, it's a conjuration of fire, even better. So my 10.5 conjurations is helping the damage, but I will bolster my fire training at this point to compensate. Only regret will be that I don't get to experiment with ice, assuming that this plays out long. Although seeing what they've done to Firestorm is probably a good idea too. I mean, I just assume it's the exact same, but when you assume, your crawl character dies to an ugly thing. Don't remember where you came from. Don't really care. We're just getting out of here. We're very close to Grinder, I think. Nope, never mind. Don't remember where Grinder was. Man, they just keep coming. Okay, good. Now we can go back to what we were doing before. Sure, why not? One tier of protection from cold isn't going to do me much good, but it's certainly not a bad thing at this stage. And I found the Heal Wounds potion. That's also really good news. Having those two identified, curing and heal wounds, vastly increases my odds of not dying early on. Kind of like having a blink scroll does. Ooh, Slicing Scythe. If Sigmund had hit me, that would have hurt. That's just a wyvern. I'll give him the respect of a double firewalk, but yeah. Come after me, bro. Tag, you're it. That's just an axe, so you can't actually hit me with it. Flame Tongue a few times until you're dead. Double shafted to floor 8. Good news is I was about to go down one floor anyway, so this is really just like a single shafting. I just have to get up a floor. The biggest danger of being shafted is definitely that you don't know where the easy retreat paths are. That's why I'm standing and fighting these guys. instead of like finding a safe place to burrow or hole up, because I don't know how much more danger I'll expose myself to with each step, and I need to have at least something of a safe retreat to regenerate from. Now that I've inserted myself into this floor a little bit, I'm a lot safer already. There's a staff? Oh, there's a staff for smoking. Staff of cold. God damn it. If I'd been a staff of fire, my initial affinity for flame tongue would be even more bolstered. Although I may be closer to maxing spell power. Yeah, I've already maxed the power of flame tongue apparently. That's good. Come to think of it, good enough that I might be able to turn off fire magic for the time being and switch over to training a survival skill. Let's go with fighting or dodging. Dodging will make the biggest progress immediately. EV is 12. Let's try to get that to 14 before I turn it off. Okay. Still no way up. Seems like a holy place of some kind. Lots of priests. If it's anything like the Catholic Church. Okay, that's not a joke, I'm sorry. Let's just do that. And do that. Kind of a fire in the hole scenario, and sure enough, I'm already getting some kills back. And no, I don't need to confuse them that deep. I can't even reach them. Do that though, and I can reach them. Do that. That. Keep the orcs or the priests suppressed. That's the key to winning these things. Oh, that's a venom whip. I'll take a whip of venom. Venom is a different approach. When you mephitic an enemy, if you can put a few stacks of poison on them, you can then back away and let them die on their own. Or better, or at the very least, you can regenerate your mana and HP, knowing they aren't going to regenerate mana because you got at least 2 stacks of poison on them. The only way in which I actually prefer it to electricity. Thing is, daggers have the highest to hit, I believe, at least at their speed. Well, let's inspect that possibility. Daggers are +6 accuracy. Tridents are +1 for 9 damage, which is why I like them so much. And these are +2 accuracy. So yeah, at equal delay. So the dagger is going to land more often and stack better damage because it has a damage buff. But my poison whip will be good against an enemy large enough that I don't expect to take them down with just a dagger. But mephiticable. So while they're mephitic dancing, I just keep stacking the poison. This is a bad scenario. Do either of you have a reach weapon? Morningstar, Spear, Scimitar, Freezing. I can use Flame Tongue, I suppose, for enhanced damage on the Spear Wielder. Good. Alright, and from now on, my level ups all go to Strength. I've burned my first 3 on Intelligence, but as a deep elf, my Intelligence is high, and it scales higher with my every 4 level up buffs. So it's like looking into a mirror and burning it. I got my AC up to 13, so 1 more and I will have hit my stated target. Oh, damn it, there was a way around. Oh, wait, if I just happen to not be in a cloud of fumes, then I don't have to retreat. Use the electric dagger to finish the job. You're probably immune to electricity. I doubt very much you're immune to poison, seeing as how I just mephitic'd you. This is a bad place to fight, something I can't see. This is a much better place to fight something I can't see. Though the bigger question, of course, is why bother fighting something that you cannot see and don't need to kill? The answer? Because once you succeed, you get a lot of experience. Why Sandblast? No, I'm not taking Sandblast. Fuck you. Conjurations of 12.4 is good enough to slow it down. We're gonna start doing some spell casting just for the more general buffs that it'll give me. Looks like evasion is up to 14 now, which is good. I'm pretty sure that's where I wanted it, right? I mean, I wanted it infinity, but I'll take 14. That bear is angry looking. Let's pull him this way. Stack some poison on him, that ends him. That's not Grinder, that's just a Shadow Imp. We'll just shoot it until it's dead. Crimson Imp is annoying, we'll kill it first. And then we'll use the stacked poison approach on you. Get enough poison in it and let it kill itself. Alright, next floor. Cocodrilo. Block the door. Kill him. This looks like the lair potentially, just because yaks are so common to that floor. Problem is, I can see myself getting 2v1 there, and one successful yak gore, and I'm in trouble. So let's not get bored. Ooh, an amulet. Don't like the open layout here, but it looks like... Nope, it's just for fanciness. It's not like there were enemies that I was gonna get flanked by. Amulet of Regen. Done and done. I'm assuming that gives me regenerative powers. Before the spores invalidate my food, get some food. Oh, I guess they got rid of item destruction, so that probably applies to food too. Boom, boom. Okay, so far so good. Hey, why don't you come after me? Damn it, he got a double move at the end. Shouldn't have let that happen. Fire kills the Orcish Wizard, and I'm just going to retreat to a true one-tile wide hallway. Excellent, just excellent. He killed all of his allies while confused. That's just a sad, sad story. Imagine that one going down at Orc headquarters. Wow, this wizard, he is so dangerous. Really? Because if you look here, it looks like the Orcs just started infighting spontaneously when they saw him. I bet he told them to dance to the death. Okay, I'm a terrible storyteller when I'm distracted. Ooh, can I get a stab? I did get a stab, and it didn't do very much damage because I have 0 stealth training, or minimal stealth training and minimal weapon training. Confuse the demonologist. I don't want to suffer him right now. My split attention is bad, but these are not very strong enemies. I should be able to just take them down if I can keep them suppressed. That fire was very clutch. It kept the shadow out of the fight just long enough for me to finish. Yeah, like I'm fond of saying, if you voluntarily step into a fire, I'm not gonna stop you. I will stand in your way of getting out. No, we're good. Sustainabilities is passe, and oh yes, 36 mana. Now all I need is a fucking spellbook. Actually, speaking of fucking spellbooks, there's a spellbook store that I left behind I can always go back for. Something hits you but does no damage. Oh, I see. The Sky Beast went invisible and decided to actually walk into my fire in order to hit me. That was dumb of him. Incredibly dumb of him. But I guess they don't apply the logic I do if you don't need to fight this fight, therefore let's just leave well enough alone for now. Tongue of Flame is my best offense spell, so we'll use that. And we can turn off spellcasting for now, it's done its job. Dodging is going great. We're going to switch over to fighting now. I got past my 14 target, I actually went all the way up to 15. I don't want Throw Flame. I don't know for sure, but it always feels like the damage I end up acquiring is better with just Tongue of Flame. Probably because of the accuracy more than anything else, honestly. Alright, so let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. P-Cloud is never a bad spell to have, but Envenomations is too expensive a book for just that. I'm pretty sure I can get Swiftness out of the Book of Air for 455. Necromancy does give me Animate Skeleton, which is a huge buff to survivability, assuming they haven't changed the way it works. You know, actually, just because I'm very likely to die without getting anything better, let's go for it. I'm going to burn all my money for an Animate Skeleton, and then switch that over to letter D, where I'm used to it being. So this way I will get meat bodies to support my movements. Ring of Fire. P resistance. Excellent. Melee level Mephitic are now open. This has just become a vastly more powerful mid-game for me. Because I can do things like this. And not die by doing things like this. Ah! Running for my life. Okay, well if you're gonna walk through a firewalk, I'm not sure what compels you guys to do these stupid things, but okay. Rip the skeleton out from the bones, which allows me to simultaneously butcher the underlying corpse. Rip. Oh, this is just beautiful. Also takes less time to butcher a corpse that way. At least it used to. I don't know, maybe it doesn't anymore. Alright, we got the lair. Excellent. So this is not a completely unsuccessful wizard run. And already I'm feeling really glad that I invested that money. Okay, if you're gonna firewalk, I will let you. There we go. Take my chances on rot, admittedly, but I did have the curing if I needed to. Oh yes, I can eat poison chunks now. And I've got to remember not to butcher things, but instead to rip their skeletons out. Fire. Excellent. And then rip the skeleton out. Just that bodyguard feeling is huge. It also lets me buy an air gap in a critical situation where an air gap is required for. It doesn't burden my spell list overly much because it's really just, you know, a single spell level. Of the tier 1 spells is by far my favorite. Okay, we're very exposed here, but I have a lot of mana to burn, so I'm probably okay. There we go. Now I'm definitely okay. I'm definitely going to tell my zombies to sick the thing, and I will attack it over here with poison resistance, and together we'll take it down. Okay, there's a blowgun in the mix now. Excellent. All I need is to get that blowgun for myself, and then I will have ranged poison attacks. There's a lot of enemies filtering in from behind there. I'm actually going to back off, allowing the kobolds to pick up the blowgun again. But thinning out numbers like this just makes sense. Not everybody is going to follow. Of the ones that do follow, not all of them are going to be dangerous. Boom. Eat. Res. Nothing. Take the poison needle. Take a lot of poison shit. I am now armed, and I have kobolds following me around. Now we're in good shape again. And all because instead of trying to fight 12 at once and not back down, The phrase never back down should just not apply when you play this game. The difference between a bad crawl player and a good one is knowing when to retreat. I'd say and knowing when not to retreat, but honestly that's not as important. Usually the when not to retreat is because you're dead either way, so you might as well give it your best shot, whereas knowing when to retreat is what keeps you alive to fight another day. The biggest mistake early crawl players make is thinking that every combat can be won or should be won. Overall, there's usually a correct play, and every enemy usually has a way that you can get through them. But it's the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is how can I deal with this encounter? Whether by successfully winning it or successfully escaping it, or, either permanently or temporarily, depending. Whoa, that was a very painful thing. Switch over weapon and sick the gargoyle, please. In the meantime, I will flame tongue it here. I suspect that he killed most of my defenders. Nope, he did not. Excellent. And the orc actually managed to kill himself in the end, which is great. Blah 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 blah. Don't care. Potion of Might, it was a maybe, but too much of a maybe to actually pick up in the end. Come to me. Okay. So, have they changed the way that experience sharing works with allies? If so, is it better? Is it worse? Thank God. Green slimes are really annoying. They take a lot of hits to die. They hit pretty aggressively. And yet they give you nothing for your efforts. Just a modicum of experience. I needed to create an air gap so that I could burn it. And again, another use of skeletons. I'm sacrificing them for positional benefits. And there we go. Like I said, they do hit like a truck. But now this is a half C, so it won't hit as hard. And yeah, if you fight them in one-tile wide hallways, you have to be very careful about their merging patterns. In that scenario, I managed the merging very well. Alright, let's not dig too much deeper. We're gonna head to the lair. Security comes first after all. G-lair. Blah! Ooh, Wave of Frost. Do I have a magic mapping scroll? I might. That's an enchant weapon. Definitely goes to the dagger. That's Immolation. That's Fearsome. Vulnerability. And Noise. Well, thanks to Noise, I have to be a little careful. I do have Fire. I think I should pick up Stone Arrow, actually. Simply because I don't know when else I'm going to have access to a heavy hitter that's relatively good against neutral enemies. Like here, for example. A single Stone Arrow did what multiple Fire Tongues may or may not have done. What's my... It should be on F, I think. Nope, G is fine. Try this. It's a blink scroll. That's fine. I really don't want to miss the snowstorm. Very distant. So actually, a question for my viewers, because I don't know. I've learned to more or less just let the messages pass, but there's obviously degrees of nearness. And since I haven't been looking at the wiki lately, does very distant mean something different from distant, mean something different from nearby? Oh shit. Okay, hang on. This just got real. Drain? Decide to teleport now or not. That's the decision. The other option is going invisible. Nope, screw it. Teleport is fine. That was a bad situation. I have 7 teleports. I can absolutely afford to blow 1. I don't have a good way of dealing with those hydras quite yet. I do have a way, it's just not very good. I have wands, but those aren't renewable long term. That was a beautiful, beautiful feast of EXP. Very distant again. You know what? Let's just check the... Well, I kind of want at least one corpse to follow me around. That would have made the Hydra imminently less threatening. I might have actually been able to drain over it. So it went from very distant to distance as I'm approaching the bottom right. And there it is. Melee Mephitic. Back off. Fire. Flame Tongue. To melt the ice beasts that are vulnerable to it. Melee Mephitic. Back off because I timed that poorly. They're gonna kill my things, aren't they? Well, no, they got through, huh? Melee Mephitic again. Jesus, this is really bad. I'm gonna lose a lot of creatures here. Why did you do that? That was incredibly stupid. Okay, just for that, I might actually lose the archway. But it looks like somehow, against all odds, we won the fight. And we're in. Sweet. And without item destruction, I don't even have to worry about dropping all my potions before I go in or anything like that. So in we go. And of course, since I didn't wait to regenerate, this is what greets me. We're gonna need to burn as many of these as possible before my fire gives out. That's the only way I'm gonna do this. Fire up again. Vehumet is giving me a little bit of power back, and that's probably the only reason I'm sustaining at all right now. That and my Ring of Magical Power gives me a large reservoir to work with. Okay, we did it. We held the door. And that was key, because without holding the door, that would have been a brutal fight. Don't want any of those items. There are not 1, not 2, but 3... And 1 shot. Is there a way to resist cold here? Yes. Let's go ahead and switch on resist cold. Let's just leave resist cold on. Do they see invisible? Right, you have to like go through the menu. Questions/C, I think. No, monster. Ice statue. It doesn't mention that it sees cold. I'm assuming it does, but maybe it won't know to attack me. Let's try it, because I have nothing to lose. Put on the invisibility ring in place of magical power. What do you mean it can't be evoked? Oh, it's an ability, okay. Ability fail, ability fail, ability fail, ability succeed. So it is shooting at me, but at least it seems to be less accurate. Okay, but it doesn't need accuracy to ice blast me, and it just ice blasted me. Still, let's see if it regenerates as fast as I do. It does not. Also, it's probably vulnerable to fire, now that I think about it, and I should probably be flame-tonguing instead. Let's try this again. Monster, ice statue. It is susceptible to fire. Okay, let's try this again with fire. And of course I don't want to fight an ice beast while I'm dealing with these guys. Okay, dual ice beast is sufficient reason to lock the door. Seriously, you guys persist a damn long time. I have all day. I don't know about you guys. Lock the door. Do it again. Yeah, I would love to wait these guys out, but apparently these ice statues roll very well on their summon persistency check. Let's not get ice blasted. Okay, we got one, and it was absolutely worth it because I got multiple level ups out of it in the process. The summon ice beast really slows this process down because these statues are giving me no good reason not to chip at them. I suspect they have 0 health regeneration. Without the ring of protection from cold, this would not be a tenable idea at all. Those ice blasts would be hurting a lot more. That's 3 of them. Son of a bitch. So apparently they can... You know what must be happening is they must both have the range on their not range, the power on their spells sufficient that they can roll doubles. So at any given time, they might roll, either of them might roll 1, or they both might roll 2. Or if one of them fails to roll 1, the other might roll 2. So that's why I keep getting pairs of beasts. Eva who met Piety might actually decay for how long this is taking. Okay. This square isn't frozen, but I also can't retreat out of visibility in one turn here either. Not with Flame Tongue or Stone Arrow, and Magic Dart will be indescribably slow. How do I deal with this guy? Do I have a better answer that I haven't thought of? No, but can I conjure Flame on his tile? No, you cannot. Okay, well then, we'll just see if, since there's only one of them casting instead of 2, they're not going to be able to deal as much shit to me at once. I mean, originally, the reason I had to flinch back so much was I was up against 3 at once, but... Oh, also his summons came on the wrong side sometimes. That works. Glowing Rapier, Ruined Scimitar, Twisted Staff. Nothing of value, honestly. Okay, +5 Scimitar of Protection is totally of value. I just assumed it was going to be like all ice themed, as is wont to do for these places. So, is this evocable? No, okay. I thought this was the channeling staff, which would have been awesome, but it's not, which sucks. Staff of Cold is a bad staff for me. Staff of Power is just better. But I don't need 45 mana capacity in general, and I would prefer +5 AC. We can ditch fighting at this point too, and dodging somehow went all the way to 10 because I never turned it off, I guess, so great. Continue to train conjurations. Sure. And why don't you trickle a few points into evocations? Early on it will raise my wand skill. That's a good thing. Alright, on we go. Recharging. I only have 1 wand worth of shit, and that's the draining wand. I should ID it so that I don't waste charges. Because I just know that, yep, there's going to be a Hydra and I'm going to want it. Best way to kill a Hydra. I'm going to start shooting it, and then I'm going to retreat through all of my minions. So that's one thing. I'm going to set up a fire tile that it will almost certainly walk through, based on its location and where it's walking through. I don't know for sure which path it will take, but hopefully it'll go this way. Now it's in range of Fire Tongue and of Stone Arrow. Let's go Stone Arrow, because their AC is probably not the best. It walked around the fire. And see, the value of having my summon, it couldn't advance the turn that it attacked my summon. That's why I got to kill it. Under optimal conditions, therefore, I can kill a Hydra without using any non-renewable resources. When the conditions are less than optimal, I should have a very low threshold on going to my slowing or my draining wands, depending on what seems to be most situationally appropriate. Excellent. And now we will gas the wolves. Wait, I'm not wearing poison resist anymore, am I? Whoops, let's fix that before I get called on it. Nope, I got called on it. What wolf skeleton? Oh, I didn't even see it. Fine, I don't want to aggro my own skeletons. That would be very bad. That's the good news. Now that I think about it, my allies means that just because I'm confused doesn't mean I'm vulnerable. I have bodyguards. Retarded zombie skeletons, but bodyguards. Not actually zombies. Ooh, acquirement. Always acquire armor. Should have actually thought about that for more than half a second, but... Hey, cold resist! I'll take it. In fact, I'll take it, and I'll take off my ring of cold resistance and put on the ring of fire. So now I resist fire, which is far more important to resist right now, because there's actually enemies that breathe fire here. And, oh, you know what? If I'm using Stone Arrow, like, at all, let's chip a point towards it. I'll get it up a level or two. Just a level or two. I'm not going to go full out. You know what? You are almost certainly vulnerable to fire, aren't you? Okay, I'm also vulnerable to you, though, so we're going to heal wounds, back off, and now that you're dying, we'll continue to blast you with fire. It's a lot of fire, and it's not having a lot of effect. Stone Arrow? Dead. Nope, now dead. He had a -1. He had a minus RF times 1, which is not a ton. Ditch the trident, the whip. We're not using these anymore. The dagger of electrocution will likely never be brought out, but I will hang on to it just in case. Ditch that. We're gonna keep both wands of darts. I don't mind blowing through them at some point in the future, probably. Book of Minor Magic. I've done all I'm gonna do with for the time being. Book of Necromancy. I don't remember what's in it. Actually, I should pick up Repel Missiles. It's just one of those spells that you die and you say, you know, if I'd had Repel Missiles. Set up a Firewalk. Okay. Is that enough of a Firewalk? It'll have to be, because I can't do much more. We're actually going to fire a slowing from this range, because hopefully it'll hit. Yep, it hit. Great. Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow. Take no chances. Oh. Yeah, I was kind of annoyed because my Hydra walked through my firewall and didn't walk. The living Hydra didn't, the dead Hydra did. Okay, we're just gonna do this, back off just enough, and then gas. All the gas. All the gas. More gas. The Hydra is delivering the blows. I'm just here keeping everything dancing. And of course, anything retarded enough to come to melee with me is gonna take a few shots to the face too. Ooh, okay, I have no mana left. So we're gonna do one of these. And with everything drained, I'm going to back away nice and slow. Oh, I literally have no mana left. Yeah, we're just going to continue backing away. It looks like my Hydra sacrificed itself to get the kill. Oh, it didn't even die. It walked into my fire, killed that guy, and then walked out. Just keep the bodies coming. I know I lose experience by letting allies do killing for me, but I also know that I lose experience by dying, and then the game is over, and then you have no experience. So, you know, balance the two. If this will kill you, then don't do it. Continually raining down stone arrow on things. Strength, just so that I can go above critical. Quaff V. I am now a living tree. I am no longer a tree. I am unlignified. How very unlignified. Kill the croc. Evo is probably high enough for the time being, since there's no specific goal with it in mind. Earth magic is most certainly high enough for the time being. Yeah, I have it at least visibly maxed out pips. So, Vehement's latest offer of Icicle is interesting. I would have anti-training with fire, but only a trivial amount. After that, I already know where I can find all of the critical upgrade spells up to and including Ice Storm. Or, Freezing Cloud. And Glaciate is available and I've never tried it before. So, once again looking to see how committed I am to fire with my current build. And the answer is honestly not very. I have a Ring of Ice and a Ring of Fire, so I'm in no way obligated to wear the Ring of Fire. I have a Staff of Cold, so I have an Enhancer. Fuck it, let's do it. I'm going Icicle. Icicle will then replace my Stone Arrow as my standardized secondary tier shot thing. Actually, it'll replace Flame Tongue, probably. Because Flame Tongue is just gonna fade into obscurity. Ice Magic is gonna have to be hard trained for a little while, because I have no training. And let's just go from here. Lightning Scales, so awesome. Why am I not a Naga? Because Nagas suck, right? Resist Fire, MP plus, Strength minus, see invisibility with chopping. It's not bad. I'll get the curse off of it. And the resist fire could certainly be nice, but I would rather just have flat AC buffs, to be blunt. We're just gonna go out of here. That's a bad place to start. This is much better. I don't know why. I mean, this is the thing. You play enough Crawl, you develop an instinct for that kind of thing. I didn't stop to think why that was a bad start. I just knew it was. Thinking about it now, in hindsight, well, of course it was a bad start. There was multiple wall. I was open on all four sides, and I had no visibility. So I was going to get attacked from more than one direction. Whereas this, my back is to a wall, so all the enemies come at me in one direction, and I can always back away back into my corner until I have to go up the stairs. So that's just a safer start. Kind of the same reason why I'm exploring here in concentric circles rather than just marching in one direction, so that I have a good sense of where my retreat paths are, and I minimize the distance between me and a retreat path. And of course, once I have enough power going on the floor, then all that stops mattering and I just start auto-traveling for convenience sake and thoroughness. Like now, for example, I have a army of skelly bones and a fair amount of the floor revealed, so I feel a little bit gutsier just letting auto-travel do the heavy lifting for me. Certainly will save me on time. What is I? Oh, just smoke. That's fine. Come at me, bro. Ice blast, ice blast, ice blast, ice blast. And the beauty of being a ooh, something is biting. I think I have a see invisible source somewhere. I thought I did. Oh yeah, the axe is the invisible source. Oh, it's not invisible, it's just out of my line of sight. I've gotten so used to the whole your allies can't attack unless you're directly looking at targets that I forget that some allies still can. Generally speaking, the non-renewable ones. We're gonna do one of these, and then just notice that I'm intentionally blocking the way for my allies to come in. I don't want them to swarm the room and block my line of sight to my targets. Not until I'm good and ready to start hiding behind them. Like now. Hey guys, why don't you go ahead and block my line of sight to my targets. Cloud. It really is unbelievable just how long I've gone today. Not just today, sorry, for the last couple runs, honestly, without ever seeing. Oh, fuck, that's not an. That looked like an ogre, but it's actually Nergal. I'm used to seeing Nergal wearing a wizard robe, so I didn't realize this was a wizard. So I didn't incapacitate her early. Good news is, I corrected that mistake pretty quickly, because Nergal is not too OP or anything. Cannot place a cloud on a tree. You definitely used to be able to put Conjure Flame on trees. Maybe that was just bushes or something. This and this, this. Excellent. Torment. And we will grab a fruit. Helmet of Glow, huh? Well, so far my attempts at getting good armor this game have been a total bust. Apparently I uncursed at some point and forgot to change. I even acquired armor and just got a damn ruined robe. Which, you know, while decent, is not exactly what you hope for when you acquire armor. Back away from the electric shocks, and then shoot the guy. It's nice that I'm using cold shot as an at-will, rather than having to ration out whether or not I can afford it. Oh crap, he can shoot through the bushes. Let's go around the long way. Ooh, there's another eel. I have to clear the way for it. Get out of my way, you goddamn allies. Stop intercepting my shots. Oh, stop. Blow hard. It's a Minotaur of Ghazlal. My guess is that the Ghazlal effects won't apply, since it's a ghost. We'll definitely use Draining, because I can hit several targets at once right now. This is a bad place to be. Let's back off. As much as I hate to give up such a good position, I'm gonna get flanked really badly really soon. Confuse everybody who isn't blowhard, and then decide whether or not I can take this guy on in combat. I think the answer is no, so I'm gonna teleport. Landing just one more round of damage before I do. Auto travel. There's a black mamba coming. Let's get in position for it. That's not position, but it'll do. Lots and lots of goodly sheepiness. And there's the blink frogs that made the encounter with the Minotaur potentially lethal. So let's see if I can't thin out their numbers. Which I'm not even using as a euphemism. I straight up mean, can I murder them or not? The answer apparently is yes. Okay, we're getting pretty close to where the Minotaur of Ghazlal was hiding. So, given that, let's switch over to... oh, I don't have the Ring of Ice anymore. Let's go back and get the Ring of Ice. I want to be able to double enhance on a whim. Ring of Ice. We'll replace the Ring of Flight. I am at negative to fire, but this is only a temporary state, during which I will double enhance. No, I need the AC buff more than I need the double enhance buff, probably. Where's Mini Ghazlal? I know he was around here somewhere. Or is that more like down here? Shit, I don't know where he is. Okay, well I can't find Blowhard anymore. Oh, I was on the wrong floor, that's why. He was here-ish. There he is. We're gonna set him up with a firewalk. And then we'll use Stone Arrow until he's near enough for me to use my real attack. And now I can use Ice on him. And that was apparently not good enough. Let's try and stall him in the fire with my minions. It's kind of working. Let's have him come closer. Oh, you know what? My Ice Enhance is working against me here, actually. And unfortunately, him being a Minotaur, he's almost certainly going to be able to outlast me in straight combat, so we're just going to get out of here. And I lost all my minions, so my next encounter with him will be even worse. But I was wrong, apparently. The Ring of Ice did not help me. We're going to go the Ring of Fire route. And we're going to try for the same concept. Only, is there a door I can abuse? I'd like to abuse a door this time. Here we go, perfect. Hey, Ghazlal! Oh, damn it, I can't abuse this door because these two spaces too close. Let's actually get onto the staircase so that if I have to retreat, it's only one tile. Nope, snake, just retreat. Blowhard is actually locking me out, or beating me out, so I'm just gonna leave it be for now. Remove the Ring of Fire, we'll put back on anything else. Cold resist is fine. Do I have mapping? I do not have mapping. Let's just explore the floor, I guess. Whoa, 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 what is that? It's just a torpor snail. I don't know if they deal AoE slow, but it seems like it. He isn't casting anything. I'm just warned that I'm slow around him. So let's back off continuously, preferably towards the stairs. Yep, there we go. Now that I got some good shots in, I'm still going to back towards the stairs. There's no need to fight where you can't retreat. It's not like I get any benefits by fighting further away from the stairs. Oh, right, but I do want to find the volcano. Let's head south. I don't know why, I guess I've been in the other direction, so I should at least try south. Admittedly taking a fairly large risk in allowing these rats to come behind me. Very distant, now that I'm in the bottom right corner, so maybe it's in the middle left of the board. Alright, we're gonna get some allies. Distant blaring to the northwest. Okay then. Not sure what that signifies. Particularly not sure if it matters. Very distant avalanche of rocks. Still very distant. Okay, so no idea if this made a difference at all the direction I chose to go. What I do know is I just worked myself into a fucking corner. This is a bad place to be. I guess I should give up on getting to the volcano in time and just focus on not dying now, huh? Do I have fear? Fear would be ideal here, but the thing is they're blink frogs, so even when you look like it looks like they have you dead to rights, they just blink away sometimes. Okay, that's a basilisk. Now the situation is potentially lethal. If I get petrified, I'll just die. So much fucking aggro. I'm gonna have to teleport again soon. It all depends on that Hydra. If the Hydra chases me correctly, I'm gonna have to bail. Yep, I have to bail. Perfect. Just perfect. I can deal with these guys easily enough. Wrong target. Right target. Follow up. Correct follow up. Well, I do give up on the volcano, I suppose, unfortunately. I made a valiant effort to find it, but in the end, that valiant effort almost got me killed and forced me to burn multiple teleports. This is also apparently a totally unexplored area, which is just teeming with even more things to fucking kill me. Alright, you know what? I can't afford all this mana that I'm spending, so I'm gonna have to use some of my non-mana abilities really quickly. You know what? I took off magical power at some point. That was a mistake. There we go. Come at me, bro. Also, I have zero interest in Fulminant Prism. It's a mana bomb AoE confuse style thing, which I'm sure is interesting, but why would I use any AoE confuse? If it's not better than Mephitic Cloud, it's gonna have a hard time getting into my good graces. Fuck me, it's Blowhard again. Is there anything I can do against this guy? Yeah, I can come up next to him and just stone him repeatedly while my allies work on him, and hopefully between a full... There we go. The full mana tank, plus the fact that he was being attacked by two others, so that he wasn't just hitting me, is probably what did that. Come at me. And we'll just icicle everything here down. Also, seriously, major props to the devs for finally fixing food this well. Food has been removed. In my mind, it no longer presents an interesting gameplay mechanic or challenge, but at least it isn't a mechanical challenge to constantly butcher something. Every time I butchered right here, I would be forced to answer like 3 more questions. Are you sure you want to pick up a troll corpse chunk? Well, I don't care. Chunks are chunks, sure. Well, if you do, you're going to be overweight. Okay, well then drop something else to account for the weight. Okay, just pick up 3 of the chunks, and that's so much time spent manually entering unnecessary extras. Because, truthfully, it never affected my strategy, whether I carried 5 chunks or 6 chunks. It did. The only strategic decision I ever made with those was whether or not I wanted to try a speed run race with a non-Minotaur, because my Minotaur could just buff strength and not care. We're gonna get out of here before I die. The thing is, I was surrounded by fluff enemies, but the more fluff enemies I killed, the stronger enemies were behind it, so eventually I was gonna be in a situation where that ended up badly. Different door, please. That'll do quite nicely. Focus the moccasin first. the spiky frog second. Just get out of here. Kill you. And now that I have an army, we'll pull these guys. And they're just gonna die. Excellent. Danger, danger, danger. Oh, okay. I'm actually probably more than capable of taking on a Hydra with a full mana tank in single combat, just because my spell of choice is capable of slowing them. I have a decent advantage. We're also going to ditch these extra things that I'm not really using anymore. What is this new ring? We can drop that. Very, very unlikely that I will value 2 dexterity over a ring slot anytime soon. To strength, maybe. I mean, I could potentially stat death myself at some point and be, grateful that I have the ability to boost out of that death range. Okay, where was that giant conglomeration of enemies that threatened me and forced me to leave the floor? I think those green rats that I kept killing must have been part of that mob. Also, did I find the volcano entrance? No? Still not? Yeah, I was in no danger of finding the volcano anytime soon. Top right corner by the looks of it. Just take it on with icicles. Yep. I can deal with them very conveniently now, as long as I have the mana to do it, and fight them at good distance. Alright, Ice Magic is certainly well trained now. How is Freezing Cloud looking? It's not in this book, huh? Book of Ice, Freezing Cloud, very castable. And this book simultaneously gives me Ice Form, which I don't know how valuable it is, Okuzobus, which is reasonably good from what I understand. Metabolic Glaciation isn't bad. It doesn't give me the one I really want, which is the Okuzobu Armor. Any other books here that do this for cheaper? No, it's 845 or bust, huh? The Papyrus of Air? Papyrus of Air does it for cheaper. For 516 specifically. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait just a wee bit longer and see if Vehumet decides to give it to me of his own accord. If not, then I'll go and spend the money. Oh, I don't even have the money. Okay, so yeah, there's that too. If I had to do it, it would have to be from the Papyrus of Air, and I would literally be doing it for just the one spell. Typhoon! Typhoon! Ice Storm! Nope. He decided to give me an air spell, since obviously my air training is so extensive, being at 0, lower than just about every other elemental. Fuck you. Death Yaks are far more dangerous potentially than most. Make sure I have a little bit of space to work with here. And before I kill it. Excellent. Just excellent. Sorry. Chatting. Let's see. Quokka. You know, I haven't made a big deal of it, but I'm honestly excessively happy right now. After multiple false starts, failed starts, pained starts, it's nice to actually have a run go right for a little while at least. There's another Death Yak. That changes this math significantly. I don't know how many more there are past that first extra, and I don't want to find out that it was a lot. So let's reposition myself, not at melee range, and then re-engage if I have to. And of course I don't mind giving up bodies because I'm going to be getting bodies back. Best decision I made all game was to pick up this spellbook for Animate Dead. It has smoothed out the process so much. It's a spell that is not. I'm not certain, but I don't believe that Vehumet gives this spell at all. Actually, oh, I have a lot of ID scrolls. I don't know when I gathered them, just didn't notice. Let's ID the Wand of Draining, which is empty. Let's recharge the Wand of Draining because it's useful. Let us ID the Wand of Fireball. Fireball wands are usually almost empty. Let's ID some potions. Specifically potions I don't have very many of. So drink the one I have 5 of, might, 3 of agility, and 3 of poison. Great. We're gonna ditch the potion of poison. I don't really care for it. I have 2 potions that are unknown. I will drink one because I'm ballsy, and then I'll ID the other. Because why not? That leaves me with just a few unidentified objects, including. Can I not read this book yet? Seriously? Okay. At a conjurations of 17, we have to assume that this is not the Book of Annihilations, because I'm pretty sure I'd be able to read the Book of Annihilations by then. So let's move on. Early Mephitic thins the herd and makes the more dangerous targets expose themselves. Boom. With my might right now, my might runs out literally the moment I say with my might. I might as well hit things. That's a really good amount of cover for that Hydra. We're gonna back off so that it has to reveal itself a bit more, and then we're gonna ice it. See, and because I have allies, I could afford to do that, because even if somehow all my icicles missed and I'm in trouble, I can just, back away. Okay, drop a fire, drop another fire, fire in the hole. The fires aren't there to actually kill them, it's just to thin their numbers again, force them to come the long way, give me time to recover mana, kill their allies, etc. Once that's all done, well and good. Yeah, and at this point I have this floor very much under control. I wouldn't fancy my odds if a herd of dire elephants showed up and cornered me in a non-teleport situation somehow, but thanks to my horde of allies, I'm very likely to be able to escape from such dangers. And yeah, it may be slowing down my experience gain, I don't know. It's quite possible that I'll end up a little low level for it, but I'm gaining skill experience, and that's good enough for me. Hungerlessness on everything. That's fantastic. Not that it matters. Conjurations is powering up like crazy. Guess throw some points back into fighting and keep working on that ice magic. Money-wise, can we buy the Book of Ice? Yes or no? That's the only question that matters. We cannot. Do we want to buy the Book of Ice? I don't know what a lot of these spells do, so let us find out. What is Okuzoba's Refrigeration? Blah blah, drain heat blah, harm to all, non-resist cold. That doesn't seem very awesome. It's an AoE damage, unless which is resisted by cold. So maybe it's like Fireball? I guess it depends on the formula. So forced AoE slow. Of this book, Okuzoba's Refrigeration is interesting, but I'd rather use Freezing Cloud because I know I can cloud target it and use it to deal AoE damage over time to a large group of enemies that do not resist cold. So really, of all these spells, and I don't need this because I went with Animate Dead. So yeah, the only spell I'm actually going to use is the Freezing Cloud. So let's just go ahead and get Freezing Cloud. It's not offered in the Book of Air, which is unfortunate because I would love to double up. It's gotta be the Book of Thingamabob. Damn it, I thought it was here. Papyrus of Air, right? Is that the one that did it? Yeah, that's the one that did it. Alright, we're going for the Papyrus of Air, people. Take me there. What? Go upstairs a few times. Go upstairs a few dozen times. The thing about money is that it's meant to be spent. Whoa. Oh, I got shafted and never went back up after the shafting? Ha! Traws. That's unfortunate. We're just gonna slink away from those orcs. They're not in a good position to fight anyway. Okay, I guess we don't get to slink that much longer. Not a single corpse yet. There we go. First corpse. Out we go. Papyrus of Air. Out we go. Papyrus of Air. I was wondering why it didn't let me ascend. That makes sense now. They didn't know how to navigate a floor they'd never been on. I could have sworn it was in the 400s. I'm surprised to see it this expensive. But it's worth it because Freezing Cloud is awesome. Switch over with I. Okay. We're gonna enchant this weapon of ours because clearly we're not using any other weapon anytime soon. And by the time I get a poly-resist weapon, its melee capacity will be completely irrelevant. I haven't found the Orcish Mines yet, so the Orcish Mines are probably on this floor then. Because I doubt that the Orcish Mines are going to be much deeper than... Well, actually, how deep can the Orcish Mines go? 9 through 12? Oh, shit. Okay, well, I vastly... My instinct is way wrong for that. Schooled me there, Marty. Blah, 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 do, 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 and then a cockroach died. Fuck the cockroach in its ass, in its ass, in its ass. It only has a cloaca, which is not an ass. Wait, does it have a cloaca? I don't know, I don't know. Roach anatomy sucks balls, sucks, it sucks, sucks balls. True story. If you behead a cockroach, it will continue to live for a long time. And the reason it will die is not, loss of its fucking head. It'll die because of starvation. Cockroaches don't need their brains to live. That's why, when you're like, don't harm animals and have respect for all nature, you can totally include an asterisk and go, except cockroaches. Because fuck cockroaches, man. They don't have brains. But, incidentally, if you do decide to fuck a cockroach, please just don't tell me. I don't want to know. So I've noticed that under the Eat menu, fruits are now all lumped together, which is fine, but I've also noticed that the icon for it changes from run to run. Like, I saw a Snozcumber labeling all the fruits at one point. Ooh, Minotaur. Let's see if this is going to be the third instance dungeon that I can't find. How far away did they say it was? They didn't. Grab the hat and bail. Grab the hat and bail. That's good. Somehow, almost all of my ice arrows missed, forcing me to actually grab the hat and bail, which vastly reduces the chance of my finding. God damn it, I found a glowing hat and it still has no cool properties. Alright, we're gonna try a different staircase. Hopefully that opens up new possibilities. Where's that ambrosia of mine? This is a good time for it. Because I'm under a time constraint to try and quickly find my way to the Minotaur's lair. I don't care about the confusion because I was not near anybody. Very distant. Fuck me! Why is it always very distant? Okay, we're just gonna go diagonally. You know, jump and teleport trap. Make our way towards the middle-ish of the room. Let the wolves fight among themselves while I just rip a few. Very distant. I'm completely at a different place than I was last time. It shouldn't be the same distance. Yeah, this is why, in the past I've just taken to ignoring whatever message it says. It says a message, that's cute. The message is just as often as not seems interchangeable. Okay, most of you are going to be confused. The spiny frog is still going to come, so we'll hit the spiny frog with actual damage. That's going to drain my mana. And then we're going to keep walking our way out of here. The torpor snail is bad. That sentinel's mark. I think I survived the mark here. Yep, I survived the mark. And I will almost certainly fail to get to the Minotaur's lair. Fuck me, the peck is bad. I have to run again. Distant snort. That's the thing, though. I refuse to pay more attention to getting into the cool lair for all the awesome loot than actually surviving. Frantic testing of... Oh, just distant now, so now it's not as far. Maybe. Maybe it's exactly as far. Last dying ticks. Fuck it, it's not gonna happen. Just get back to auto-traveling and not worry about it. Missed a volcano. Missed the... Yesterday I missed a drain. There it is. It was... When I was here, how was it very distant? It's literally just right here. Okay, so very distant means nothing, and I'm better off just auto-traveling than trying to actually be efficient about my search pattern, I guess. I did have to leave the floor twice, which cannot have helped my speed. No, don't intentionally teleport yourself. Trade cloaks for the same. We're also going to lose the Staff of Power. Obviously, I'm not using it, so why lug it around? Okay, where are we at now? It's a slimy altar with a acid blob. Those are the guys that used to be pink guys. We're going to open that door as soon as we clear out enough of a working space to do it in. We need working space, though. And that means killing a few of these things. You guys can go ahead and target this, please. I don't mind who gets that kill. Blink frogs are a bitch. I don't have enough mana to finish this. I only have enough mana to start it. That might be enough. Nope, it's not enough. Alright, finish it. Drain. I didn't want to... Ah! Son of a bitch! All the rats all the time. Okay. The staircase I used is only approachable from one side, so we're gonna hack our way to the staircase. I'm not sentinels marked or anything. They just... I guess I'm making so much noise and I have 0 stealth training, so I should understand that this is gonna happen a lot, where they all chase me. And it's not a big deal because I am tough enough to deal with most of them. And I finally have my little army. Corrosion -3, no big. It's dead. Come at me, bros. Experience the wrath of this fully armed and operational battle station. Fire at will, Commander. What did Will ever do to you? He got in my way. Oh, we're just gonna get out of the water. Let my skeletons have some fun, I guess, but I'm not partaking in that fight. Anything comes out, we can kill it when it gets out. We do have a Steam Dragon hide, which at this point I don't even care. I'm tired of holding out on better. I'm stoned. I'm unstoned. Good. Continuing to create corpses as I go. Oh, you know what? This is the tier 8. This is a layer 8. So I should actually be a little bit more careful because yeah, they're willing and able to drop much bigger foes on this floor than they would be on others. I've only found 1 enchant armor all game so far, apparently. Except, of course, the one that I burned earlier. The encumbrance on Steam Dragon armor is 0. So it's actually a pretty solid upgrade. At least from the armoring perspective, which is the perspective I most care about right now. Continue to train all my skills and just... What has Vehumet been offering me lately? Just lightning bolt still? Okay. It's time to start remembering that I actually went and spent money to buy this skill. If there's a situation where I can set up a good ice storm, I should do it. And while granted, most of the time I'm looking to do directed damage, sometimes it just helps to point and kill an entire zone at once. Alright. Marking area around the Oklov is unsafe. Oh, beautiful. See, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. Ow. Poo. Alright, you know what? Corrosion is no longer permanent. Drop. Veil. Count to 3. Oh, it's dead. That was faster than even I expected. There's a yak somewhere? Okay, well. When in Rome, freeze the yaks. Or however that quote goes. Ooh, too good to pass up. Ice. Ice. Veil. Yep, see? That worked brilliantly. And because I didn't have to drown them, I even get their corpses. Also, I don't know if drowning still gives you the full EXP or not. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know for sure. Let's see if we can do this. Yes, please. Because your allies don't realize that being inside a cloud means that you were trying to hurt them, or that you didn't care whether you hurt them or not, so they don't turn on you for it. At least that's been my experience. Busily attacking all the plant life as we go. I'm definitely going to continue wearing the Steam Dragon armor at this point. Spellforge Servitor. I'm pretty sure that's a summoning spell. What does it do? Blah blah blah. Extra planar blah. Durable summer blah. Shell of magical power for and capture the may. Upon the enemy, the vessel which gives from the service capable of some of the destructive spells known to its career. Okay, so what I'm hearing is it's like a Secundran's Mystic Battle Sphere, except instead of being a sphere that fires a shot, it's an independent source of power that fires conjurations or something. I mean, I'll think about it. I'm not interested. Oh, you can't reach me and I can't reach you. Perfect. I don't need to reach you, I just need to kill you. I'm gonna back off here. The best part is my skeletons have at least one level of resist cold, so even when they willingly walk into the lethal clouds of freezing vapor I keep pulling up, they're not gonna die as quickly as they might otherwise have. Certainly if this had been an equivalent fire spell, they would die a lot faster. Okay, definitely want to use ice here, and then just chip damage with icicles while they freeze to death. Because sure enough, there's more pachyderms behind the front line who are taking damage the whole time. Definitely my posse is stealing EXP. Well, stealing kills at least. I don't know if they steal EXP. You know, if anybody knows if they've changed that or not, please feel free to mention in the comments. Do you get partial EXP only if your allies participate in and or land the killing blow on a kill, or has that been since I used to play summoners, has that been changed? Normally not one to use fire, but I needed to fill the hole, and it worked perfectly as you see. Alright, and more icicles. Dead. Because I'm definitely not getting... Oh, crap. I was not paying attention, and I got petrified. It's a good thing that I have an army, or that would have taken a much larger toll on me. You know what? Fuck you guys. I don't care how many of my army die. It's not that important. Important thing is that I get kills on other targets. Also, there's something to be said for an army that's completely unafraid of every obstacle. One of the things you can say is, yeah, they die a lot, but okay, they still tie up your time, energy, and resources, and by you I mean my enemies, in making that death happen. In the meantime, I replenish them so consistently that their death means very little to me. I do try and, in broad strokes, prevent them from doing things like this, where they literally just walk inside clouds and die, but let's say that 2 of them die. Well, if I kill 2 of you, I know where I'm getting replacements. Okay, we're gonna nix fighting at this point. It's trained reasonably well. I'll just continue working on my other core skills, I guess. Truth be told, I have enough at my disposal that I could probably get through the Orcish Mines with just this, too. You've got to be vulnerable to ice. You're a fucking fire dragon. Although the fact that there are dragons here at all should raise my alarm just a wee bit. Many of the enchantments that are aimed at me are actually hitting my skeletons. I can totally work with this. I'm on fire, but I'm in water, so it probably won't last very long. Also, being on fire no longer is dangerous because item destruction has been removed from the game. Yay! Massive buffs that we totally did not need, but we're happy to receive. It is truthfully nice to not just automatically wear Amulet of Conservation or Cloak of Preservation, but actually have to you know, get to think about stuff. Whoa, what is this? Oh shit. Scroll of Holy Word. Ah. Ha! I just killed my entire army, and I still have an army because of how vast my army was. Not all of them died. The good news is, again, they're too dumb to realize that I just attacked them, so they're not trying to get revenge, which is hugely useful. That would have been a bad situation to suddenly aggro my entire army. What? Yeah, I know it's going to hit me, that's fine. I'm not going to shatter any potions, am I? And I have a level of resist cold, so it's not going to kill me. And what does not kill me only maims me. Okay, lair is cleared, and with that, my losing streak has been broken. Not because I won here or anything, but because I have a character who's well on their way to being a reasonably capable character. I wouldn't go so far as to say got a rune, but under their belt. But, you know, reasonably powerful. Lair cleared at least, right? And orcish mines have not yet been found, so that's the next target. Thank you all for watching! I'm so glad my luck kinda sorta began to turn around a little. And it's not just luck, obviously, but, you know, my overall play improved or whatever. I'm glad things are finally improving a little. And, yeah, I asked a few questions in the vid. For those who have watched, I appreciate any answers that can come my way. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you guys next time.